What's going on, y'all? Welcome to our Smooth Club podcast, the show where everyday men discuss everyday topics. Look, fellas, it's the last show of the year, and we just wanted to kind of reflect and look back on some great moments we talked about on the show, just some crazy stories that I don't know that we just read about and all that stuff. We just kicking it right now. So again, I'm yours truly, Arrington Gavin. With me is Mr. Ciroc Fox, comedian, entertainer, TV producer, and then also Mr. Cam Godley. Cam, what should I do after your name? Like after I say Cam from Hybrid Productions, Cam, co-host of our Smooth Club podcast.
Podcast host, fucking video designer, editor, like I do it all.
Look. So all of us now we can't hear Ciroc. Ciroc, say something, Ciroc. Why we can't hear you now? What's the deal? What's the deal? Your mic is not mute. It is it. Unmute your mic.
Oh man. Let's give it up for the fact that Ciroc is actually in the building today, though. Like
he is.
Ciroc is not out and about. He is in a place. He's in a
place. He's in like a little egg looking hammock style thing. So
he's
good
not in the tent. He's not on a volleyball court or a basketball.
He's not in a hurricane. He's not out in Everest. He is here. He is here. So here we go. Let's bring him back in. Let's see.
Yo, man, what you do? Why you take
I didn't do nothing. Look, Cam, Ciroc is really PO'd right now. Look, when we first went on earlier, I was talking to him. My mic was muted, and then it was a little, while we were waiting for somebody, we ain't gonna say any names. But we were waiting, and then
on, and all right, go ahead. I'm listening to your story.
I didn't want to be that person. I didn't want to be that person. But I think we kind of upset Ciroc. So Ciroc, I apologize. We'll be more professional next time. I apologize.
I'm back.
But we're glad you're inside. We're glad you're inside. But man, first of all, fellas, how was everyone's Christmas?
Christmas was good. Went up and I traveled up to New York for a couple of days to spend some time with the family. Stayed up. I actually just drove back down here to Virginia on Thursday morning. So I'm still trying to, get together for my little trip, but it was good.
Awesome. What about you, Ciroc?
Christmas was awesome. We played Uno, and then we had a family boxing match afterwards.
Due to the Uno game?
Yeah. Yeah. All sanctioned though. Everybody signed waivers.
I got you.
So nobody, no bad blood.
There was no family bets or anything. Like they were like, look, I got my money on this one. I got money. Nothing like that.
So the game of Uno is different now, gentlemen. Let me explain to you that the game of old that you gentlemen of trailblazers have lived. They those Uno games no longer exist, man. They got Uno flip, Uno wild, Uno bend over and open your booty hole. Like they got so many different types of Uno.
Have you on that one yet?
Yeah, I didn't see that one in Target.
It's at Target. It's at Target. I know that. So listen, you guys, you gotta understand. When someone asks you to play Uno, you gotta make sure they specify in parentheses which fucking Uno it is. You did? Because you can fuck around, lose your soul in the Uno game now, and not even. It's dangerous.
That's very true though, because whenever my nieces and my brother and sister-in-law are in town, we're always playing Uno. Like that's kind of like a family game we always play. And sure enough, each year they come, there's a new version. I'm like, why can't we just play this? Because I don't like when they leave. I'm like, I got to keep up on my training. I'm like, no, I play with them. I don't play ever, and then I play again with them. So I play once a year. Yeah, I'm not up to date on all the new versions.
All these crazy rules to it. Talk about you can put six sixes down and four.
Stacks. You gotta play stacks.
Dude, Uno itself said that's bullshit. That is a nigga thing. That's what Uno tweeted. Uno said this is a nigga thing. This is not. This is not the rule.
So what about the draws? Do you allow? So if someone hits you with a draw, if you have a draw in your hand, you could put,
Yeah, that's how this household plays.
That's how
this
you're supposed
household
to play.
plays.
Yeah.
I don't agree with it.
Nah, you gotta keep one in the chamber.
I don't agree.
You gotta
with
keep
it.
one in the
You gotta
chamber.
keep one in the chamber.
He got.
But
You know
my
what
penis
happened?
isn't big enough
Ciroc had to
change
draw
it, so
24.
I just gotta.
Ciroc had to draw
That's what it was,
24.
Cam. That's what it was, Cam.
I don't control enough to change that rule. I hate it. I can't stand it.
Oh man, well look, it sounds like everybody had a great Christmas. One thing I will say that was memorable about the Christmas was it was freaking cold. It was the coldest Christmas I've ever, I feel like, lived through. Like I know, like in Virginia they had record temperatures, but I was in South Carolina where literally it was so cold for like a day because it froze my in-laws up. My in-laws pipes were frozen, and so like for one full day, we ain't had no hot water.
There's something wrong with him. Something wrong with him.
I tried. I tried, Cam. I tried so hard.
I saw your whole face. I saw every level of you trying to fight off that snicker, and it just
I'm
didn't
so
work.
disappointed in myself.
You know, I'm glad y'all find my pain humorous, fellas. I'm glad y'all find my pain humorous.
I'm sorry.
I wasn't laughing when I was taking them cold showers. I took one. It was a lot of bird baths going on, but you know, I'm like, you know what? How bad could it be? It's the difference between cold and ice.
How close was the Holiday Inn is my question, because I would have had to take a trip.
Yeah. That's wild.
Yeah.
You know, we were in the country. We were in like the it's like a small Hallmark town where they live in.
Oh no, he just didn't think about it at the time. He just didn't think about that.
Shut up, Ciroc.
You know damn well you could have took a $59.99 night hotel.
Thank you. You would have had a nice shower that morning.
So when I kick the roaches and the rats away, at least I got a warm shower. Is what you're saying?
Hey, you gotta do what you gotta do. At least the water's warm.
Come on now.
Might be a little rusty, but it's warm.
I stayed at a hotel in Petersburg before. If I did that, you could do it. You could do
it. Man, shout out to Petersburg folks, man. Shout out to Petersburg folks. But yeah. before they're gonna be like, what's wrong with Petersburg? What's wrong with Petersburg?
No, they know what's wrong with Petersburg.
That is hilarious, man.
Petersburg people know.
That's funny. I've never been there, but now I know to not go.
Good looking. Man, but look, I came across, man, a couple of stories, man, which I thought was pretty memorable for 2022. And before we go into that, like what have 2022, what has happened for you guys? You know, the good things. What have you learned? Any look backs? Whoever wants to start.
I would say my family's relationship has been amazing this year. You know, career-wise is always popping. I mean, but my family, man, I feel like we reached a level of connection that I'm not saying that we were missing. We've always been tight. I've always been, love my family. But I feel like this year really made us like solid. We riding for each other type, and for me to have that under my own roof is a blessing, because when I was growing up, I didn't have it. So now that I've got this ability to create it, and I'm now seeing it flourish, me stepping outside of it and watching it be joy. So dope feeling, man. Dope feeling.
That's what's up.
Damn. What about you, Cam?
I feel like I made a lot of base ground level connections in 2022 that I'm anticipating will flourish and grow into some dope ventures in 2023 and going forward. One of which obviously being with you guys. You know what I'm saying? Like for the last 3 years, I've been behind the camera for Art Smooth Club. And now, we're trying this pod thing out and all those good things. And I just have a few other things that are I'm again expecting to blossom within the next year. So I think it was a year of planting for me. And now we're going to see what comes of which within the next few months.
Amen to that. Yeah, man. Pretty much piggybacking everybody. I mean, 2022 was major for me because I got married this year, so it was definitely I got married.
You better say that first. Cher's watching right now.
She would kill me. She would kill me if I don't.
She's looking at her phone like, "Go ahead, Arrington."
I'll be one of the many names that did not make it to. Okay, but anyway, but it was definitely, a huge moment for me as far as just growing, as an adult, but also, growing as an individual. Like you said, I mean, networking is always like a regular for me. I mean, I'm interacting with people all the time, and I know how important it is to network, but definitely just growing as a husband, growing as an individual, being a provider, but also just being a team member. I mean, Cher and I, we're one team, so of course we've had our our struggles. I mean, in relationship, even before we were married, and even now that we're married, it's a lot of growth that we do. Definitely getting closer spiritually. We're both Christians, so we definitely been trying to continue to push that narrative and trying to build our faith up much more, because when we have our moments, our dark times, whether if it's just you're exhausted from work or just anything like that, it's like you always got to make sure you can't let that darkness kind of take over. So growing with that, man, growing with the business, more ideas coming from Rugged, but also, man, just growing with this podcast. I've had so much fun and so honored and privileged to have you guys as my co-host, having so much fun, more laughing more than I've ever laughed, and just I'm just excited, man. I'm excited for 2023. I think 2022 we've had some amazing guests on this show. We've had spoken on some great topics, conversations. Again, I remember the very first episode of our Smooth Club podcast. So it's like seeing the growth continue to rise for this is really awesome, and seeing the guest lineup we have coming in the future and that we've had in the past is awesome. So yeah, man, 2022 was great, man. It was awesome. So but look, I came across some funny stories during 2022, and the first one is, so there's a pastor by the name of Jamal Bryant, based out of Atlanta, Georgia. He has probably the largest church in the city of Atlanta, and he is it's called New Birth Church. It was actually the church. There was a pastor, Eddie Long, who was the founding senior pastor of that church, and he had passed away years ago, and then Jamal Bryant took over. The church has been continued to grow ever since. Very controversial pastor. He's outspoken. He's speaking when it comes to civil rights, politics, you name it. But something that he spoke about was he was on a podcast not too long ago, and he wanted to grow cannabis on his church grounds. And he's like saying, look, I want to teach farming. I want to teach how to protect our ecosystem. I want to bring men that smell like weed in my church, and this and that and the other. What's y'all thoughts on that? Ciroc, I'll start with you. You're an expert of it. I mean, I
believe Ciroc already signed up to be a member of the clergy.
Listen, normally I would have this long, like, really prolific fucking thing to say, right? And it'd be, y'all would be like, "Hey, that's pretty dope. That's pretty dope." Today, I ain't even got that one for this one. This one is real simple. Mm-hmm. I work in a church. I smell like weed every day.
So you trying to say you innovated? You started this shit.
That's what it sounds like, Cam. It sounds like Ciroc won his credit. It sounds like
he said the world is just catching up to him.
No, it's like, so what do people want to have it, man? Because they smell like weed, they can't know the Lord.
Well,
I can't know Jesus because I smoke trees.
But you know what, though? You have a point, because that's the narrative that Jamal Bryant is trying to change. He's like trying to say, quit that stigma like we're all perfect that attends church. No, if you want to continue to help those and just bring all people in, shoot, why not? And he's talking, what he's doing, he's teaching, like I said, he's teaching farming. He's teaching how to build a business too. The church grounds has probably one of the largest lands in the city of Atlanta. But on another version too, a lot of people are saying, okay, is this just another typical mega pastor trying to make some money in his pocket? Or is he?
1 second though. 1 second. This move won't just put a little money in his pocket. If he successfully does that, he will make his church $1 billion church. He'll be stepping on toes of mega churches that's not just in his area, but in his state. He'll be making a big ass footprint. So yeah, millions, billions. You got land to grow weed, you are going to clear billions.
And out of all cities, Atlanta, I mean, come on, you have, hip hop capital of the world as far as like, the stars in rap that are. Okay, well, I won't say that. I won't say that. I would just say my bad, Cam. My bad.
You are wild right now, buddy.
My bad. Don't. My bad. What I was trying to say is you have a lot of.
Okay.
What I was trying to say, you have a lot of mainstream rappers that are weed supporters that will also, hey, Bill. That's what I was trying to say. My apologize, Cam.
Yeah,
okay,
no doubt.
we think about this though. With the pastor saying, "Look, I want to grow cannabis on our church grounds." What do you think about that?
I mean, it's legal, right?
Yeah,
I mean, what else is there to say other than that?
If he said corn, would y'all ask him that?
Facts.
If he said corn, what would we talk about it?
What? But to play devil's advocate, what if they said tobacco?
I'm still the same reaction. I think churches I already thought churches did this. Like I already thought.
Well, I remember
a white church out there somewhere already growing weed. They just chilling.
True.
That is true. Well, I remember a lot of churches always used to have the first thing that they would do is like, look, we're gonna build or have a bookstore on church grounds, right? Or like a barbershop, a salon. I remember a church that my great uncle was a member over in I think it was in somewhere in Hempstead or Harlem. The pastor had a shoe store right next. I don't know. Well, he lived in Hempstead, but I mean, the church was extremely far. The church was really far. I don't know.
I got you.
I just remember that here's where the church next door was a shoe store, and then next door was like a diner. And so you provided jobs for some of your members who say didn't have, needed to find work. You always owned other small businesses and that the church was a part of. So whether it was gas station or stuff. So, I mean, honestly, I have nothing. I don't think it's an issue. I think it's very smart. And again, I think it's, changing the narrative because trust and believe, like Ciroc said, there's other pastors that are doing it, white or black. They just probably been keeping it on the hush. But the fact that, Jamal Bryant is he's known for saying, being an outspoken guy. Now he's talking about,
that's his only problem. If he just shut up and put his moves in a small bulletin like the rest of the sneaky pastors do, stop announcing everything you do it on social media and just tell your congregation like you supposed to and keep it pushing.
But to the flip side of that, do we not think this is just a huge commercial? Because now people know, oh, that's what they're doing at New Birth. I might have to check them. You know what I'm saying? Like, this is a big advertisement for him. You know what I'm saying?
Massive advertising. Massive advertising. I mean, I remember a long time ago, he had kind of made a little controversy with it was a picture that caught him at a hookah bar. They're like, oh my gosh, pastor. And that's how so anal people are when it comes to ministers. I mean, I'm friends with ministers that I've had, bourbon with and had a great conversation, not get drunk, but had a great drink with them. So it's like,
Harrington.
I'm not snitching. Gosh, I'm just saying I know pastors that that are open and just are.
And if you look at the bottom of the screen, there are their names. Like, bruh.
I'm just saying, man, people gotta lay off. But I just thought that was one of the most talked about topics for 2022 because they're like, wait, what? But
I think it's cool. Like to Ciroc's point, if they were doing any other form of legal agriculture, we wouldn't even be asking the question. So
very true. But look, man, Cam, you sent me a story. You DM me a story. That was twice. That makes twice. Look, hey Cam, this guy is so unprofessional. This man's so unprofessional. Okay,
it's the women in this house.
Man, look, another story. Cam, you had when you sent me, man, I was like, get out of here.
Yeah.
The one and only Bill Cosby's talking about making a comeback, not just having a touring for 2023.
Yeah.
We have not seen him perform in years. And he's saying that he wants to tour because it's a lot of fun that needs to be said or a lot of fun that needs to be made.
Needs to be had.
Needs to be had. There you go. I'm trying to remember. And then like in the midst of all of this, I believe he's still with all like the lawsuits going on, because I think two new ladies had made allegations about sexual assaults that he made towards them. So I don't know, man. I mean, would y'all go see Bill on tour?
Yeah, I think
I would see it, but I have a better question. Ciroc, would you open up for Bill?
Hell yeah. This would be the funniest thing. Dude, I get it. It's tragic. Ooh, no, we canceled it. But this would be the funniest. You think I'm going to miss the opportunity to be front row and center of history? Bro. It would be the worst or the best.
Yeah, there's no in between.
Set.
Absolutely no in between.
Ever, bro.
Yeah.
Ever. Yeah. Yo.
That is hilarious.
You damn right I open up. I give a ooh.
Would you make Cosby jokes in your opener?
You better fucking believe it. And he can run them hands if you got a problem with it.
That's if he can see you, because apparently he's supposed to be blind, but I don't know. He might throw a walker or stick at you.
Best believe it. You already paid me. That's how I wouldn't have walked through the building if I wouldn't have already got my money. Once I got my money, I'm saying whatever I'm gonna say on stage. And the best type of joke that you can do at a Cosby show is a Cosby joke.
Yeah.
You damn right.
Just have your security with you, because they're coming after you after that show.
Don't matter. I'm gonna go from the sweater to the penny loafers to the man.
That's
to them liver spots on his head. I'm telling you.
Not the liver spots.
Ain't that what it's called? Liver spots?
Yeah, I think yeah, exactly.
Yeah, I believe that is right.
Man, but I mean, now put yourself in like, I guess I can't in their PR, in his PR person, because the PR person probably is like, hey, this is gonna be great, but it's like,
it's gonna make money.
It's definitely gonna make money.
Who won't see it?
Well, I remember when R. Kelly was on his way to going to jail, and literally they talked about like he had did a live performance at some like nightclub, and literally it was like nobody showed up, but he was still performing for the people that did show up. So it's like, I don't know. I feel like that would be something of what for Bill Cosby, regardless of where he get, because I'm curious to see what places would he want to perform at, because I remember a long time ago he did like a televised special, and he was somewhere like at some like grand theater, and he was just sitting down telling jokes the whole time, and it was funny. It was funny. That was my first time ever really listening to him telling jokes, because I've always saw him on the Cosby Show. But now I'm like saying, damn, what is Bill gonna say? Is he gonna cuss for the first time on his stand up? He gonna say fuck these hoes or something? Like, is he gonna say something like that? What can he possibly say? But that's hope.
I don't think he gonna. Well, if he say anything about fucking anything on stage, he bold. That's bold.
But I feel like he's bold for going on tour if he does that. I feel like that's a bold move right there.
To Ciroc, so he's always been like, well, not always. The Bill Cosby we know has been a very clean comedian, right?
Right.
But like, what is he gonna talk about in 2023? And is it going to be about the allegation? Like, I almost want to see it just out of pure curiosity alone. Pure curiosity alone.
I can't wait. I hope he
compose yourself, Ciroc. Compose yourself.
I hope he do it.
I do too.
You know, it'd be real poetic, because you know this always happens in movies. This would be real poetic if like he gets through halfway. So like the first one is bad, right? The second one is getting good. The third one, people are showing up. He's making people laugh. He get halfway through the tour. Now they pack. He's selling out arenas again, and then he dies.
I knew that was coming.
He didn't even get to see the end of the tour. He don't even know the possibility. He just
God damn it, Ciroc.
Dude, hilarious.
I was saying in my head, this is about to get real dark, and he delivered.
And you were right, Cam. You're absolutely right. You're absolutely
That's an oxygen format right there. They don't never make it to the end of the tour, bro. They always die. I hope he do it. This would be the dopest story.
Yeah,
I hope he do it.
It's hilarious. Because he's like, I'm gonna say he's about 88. He gotta be 88. He's up there in age.
Can you imagine the protesting and all that that'll be outside of?
And that's why that's what makes it so bold for him to do it.
No, you thinking about it wrong. Could you imagine the Oxygen biopic of the protest? How dramatic? How dramatic it will be?
Yeah. He's a wild boy. If he even attempts to do this, he's a wild boy.
You're gonna see a lot of like Dr. Huxtable posters with like some devil horns or something, or like you're gonna see it all. But he's very bold. He's bold for even talking about it. I mean, really.
I can't wait to watch the movie. I can't wait.
Yeah, I don't think he's gonna. I honestly don't think he's gonna talk about the allegations. I mean, it'll be crazy for him to leave out that huge part of his existence. I just can't see him doing it. Like, what is he gonna say?
But you know what, Cam? No, but I feel though like out of all the comedians that have been caught up in some kind of controversy, right? That's literally like the first thing that they're gonna discuss during that show. Like I know,
but you got to consider those comedians' subject matter. His subject matter has never been anything risque or anything like that.
That's true.
You know what I'm saying?
That's true.
He's not that type of comedian.
The facade over now. Hell, his whole like behind camera life was freaky. Like
facts.
My man had a gold pass to the Playboy Mansion. Like, come on,
I didn't know that. I didn't know that.
He did. He sure did.
Thing?
That's
I
true.
didn't know that.
No, not an actual gold pass. I'm just saying.
No, but he frequented the Playboy Mansion. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I didn't know that.
I didn't know you could get a gold pass.
Hold up.
Real gold pass.
What's the annual on that again? Hold up.
I can get some of these subscriptions on these streaming services.
$65.99. That's it. All right.
Man, I hope he do it. It'll be the best ending to his biopic that he can possibly do for the world before he leaves us. Amen. May he rest in peace.
He's not dead, Ciroc.
Oh, I meant.
This man was about to light a candle and all that stuff, like saying the Father, the Son, and the.
Yeah, it'll be interesting to see how it plays out. That's a fact. That is, and if we have a segment for what are we looking forward in 2023, that is one of the things that I'm looking forward to in 2023.
There we go.
I am as well too. And look, this is on a like very random, but as far as it kind of goes hand in hand with what we're talking about. So I was watching this podcast called Full Send. I think it's called Full Send Podcast, and one of their newest episodes they had O.J. Simpson. They interviewed O.J. Simpson, and I'm just like, Juice? What is he talking about? So I haven't
wait, O.J. alive?
Yes.
He's alive and out of jail. Yes. He's alive, living his best life right now.
Oh my God, I thought O.J. was dead.
No, OJ didn't die. Why are you trying to keep killing our old black man?
I'm bored because I didn't want OJ to die.
Well, Cam, remember, OJ's not black. He's OJ. Yeah, I remember that.
Oh my God.
Black,
yeah,
he's OJ.
that's fact.
He's OJ.
That's
Man,
facts.
I watched the whole 30-second reel of his football highlights out of remembrance.
Oh my gosh, that is hilarious. That is hilarious.
Yeah.
No, he's very much alive, and he was, the way they promoted the episode was like, hey, look, check out OJ take a stab at this podcast interview. So I'm like, again, OJ thought it was bold to come out in the public to do this. So it's just, you see what I'm saying? Two different allegations, but same when it comes to career, just starting crumbling.
You're right.
It's like, whoa,
you're right. It's what you talk about. It's your life. What else do you do? Nothing else can grab an audience, but some type of manipulation of reality. That's the only way that you can pop. What else he gonna talk about? He been in jail for how long?
Nobody cares about his football playing days. Like we either want to
11,000
hear
rushing yards, guys.
what
Hall of
happened,
Famer,
or what you've been doing ever since, or whatever the case may be. How
like,
was
were
jail?
you making license plates?
Yeah.
Did you have like a prison sweater jumpsuit type deal?
That's so sad though, because really, like, as a football fan, OJ, his career, he had a Hall of Fame career, and it's sad, but you're absolutely right. Like, no one cares about your football career anymore. Like, that has been so overshadowed. Look, freaking over 11,000 yards in rushing, Hall of Famer. It's it sucks to say.
That chapter,
yeah, we don't hear about that. We don't.
His
football career was over like what, the early 90s or late 80s or something like that.
It was like late 80s. It was like late 80s.
Yeah.
I watched all those biopics. We need the second chapter.
No, that's facts.
Yeah.
That's facts.
Yeah,
that's very true. Well, look, I'm going to take a quick commercial break. But when we come back, we have some more to the.
I'm paying attention this time, y'all. I'm paying attention.
Pay attention. All right, but we come back with more with more our Smooth Club podcast.
Yes, sir.
Shout out to Hybrid Production with an awesome commercial.
Gang.
Look, so got to show some love out to Mike, Alvin, Emily, and of course, we got Cam over here too. So shout out to them.
Sir.
But look, another thing that was like the talk of the town during 2022 was Nick Cannon, man. Nick Cannon was popping out babies like left and right, and I mean, he just celebrated his 12th. Yeah, I think his 12th kid was born this past week, and so. I don't know. Like, do you think it'll be 12 more next year in 2023?
I heard it reported recently that he was like, yeah, this might be too much. He was like, yeah, I might have done too much. And not in those exact words, but I was like when it first started happening, people were like, oh, he got the money. But I was like, yeah, that's cool and all, but how is he going to be a part of all of their lives? Yeah, it's 4 or 5 different mothers. So I'm like, how is he going to be a part
like 5 or 6?
Yeah,
and you absolutely right, because when we spoke about that a little bit on the show and you brought that up, it was a perfect point, because a lot of people, like you said, was overshadowing, like, hey, he has the money, he's providing for those kids, that's all that matters, stay out of his business stuff. But like you said, well, what's the lesson taught as far in there for your child? You can't possibly just fly from boom, 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 boom to each child. Like, I mean, I remember seeing the joke where Kevin Hart sent him a vending machine of filled with condoms. I thought was the funniest prank ever.
He
like literally the whole thing was filled with condoms, and I'm just like, seriously, man, that's just. I don't understand, but that's going to be something we will see in 2023, because, like you said, he spoke on saying, I think I'm gonna slow it down. I'm doing a little too much, but hey, we don't know. We might get another.
In what is? I think it was chemistry. I think it's chemistry class, or maybe biology. I don't remember. This was like sophomore year in high school. They showed me this thing on a petri dish, and like, it took over other stuff and then divided, and then it took over what, like, I think Nick Cannon is just like that evolved form of that thing. You know what I mean? Like, he can't stop even if he wanted to at this point.
Yeah.
Like, his best orgasm is when he's shooting up the club and he can't.
But Ciroc, because you're the only dad between the 3 of us, like, can you even imagine a world where not even the amount of kids, but being spread over that different. I mean, many different
Yeah,
houses and
it's
shit like that.
impossible.
Like,
Yeah, it's impossible. It's
yeah,
impossible. No matter how much money you got, it's impossible.
yeah.
Um, I have 2 kids, and I don't know if it's possible to divide my attention up as far as parenting goes to a third. And I know people do it, but I don't know if I have the capabilities of doing it. You
Yeah.
know, while also maintaining my wife's happiness, my household's happiness. You know what I mean? The business
I was
standpoint,
gonna say career. Nick Cannon's a
yeah,
busy
career,
man.
It's
right? There is
busy as hell. Busy as
there's
hell.
no way, and even with the time that I do give my kids, it's still not enough. I'm
Right.
still racked
Mm.
with guilt sometimes with not being able to, because I'm either too tired, I'm not in the mood, blah blah blah. Those times where I could put in that effort to be a better dad, I still feel bad when I don't.
Yeah.
So with Nick, it's it's simply impossible. Right now, one of his kids at this very moment wishes that he can run up and hug Nick's leg, and
That's
it
what I'm
just
talking
will
about.
not happen.
And that's what I'm talking about.
And
Yeah.
then, so the best way to go about it is, will you fill the void with something else? So it's either each baby mama got some type of father figure in the house while he's gone. And if that's a secret that they go work out, then that's cool. Or it's just that gap is not filled and the kid is going to come out fucked up.
Yeah.
Wow.
Because unfortunately, you need that
Powerful,
balance.
man. That was powerful.
Yeah.
That's true.
Yeah.
That's true. That's powerful. Man, yeah, we will see. Look, two more quick stories, and then we gonna I know we all got doing for the New Year's Eve, but Deion Sanders is made with an HBCU named the head coach of Jackson State University, Jackson State football squad, and he has now been named the new head coach for the University of Colorado, where a lot of people had, gave him flack for doing it because they're like, wait, what about the impact? What about HBCUs? What are you going to do for us and this and that and the other? So what we've already discussed, our views on it and things like that. Seeing him now in University of Colorado, a lot of players are coming to University of Colorado because of Deion, as we expected. A lot of his stars have actually chose to stay in Jackson State. His son is going to Colorado with his father, but there's another known Pro Football Hall of Famer that just it was announced that he's going to be a head coach at a HBCU. Ed Reed. A lot of y'all that's familiar with football. Ed Reed, a beast, Super Bowl champ. I believe he leads the NFL in like interception yardage. He was a strong safety for the Baltimore Ravens. Yeah, the man was a beast, and it was announced that he was named the head football coach at Bethune-Cookman over in Daytona, Florida. HBCU, historical black school, and it's also in the SWAC as well. So this is his first ever head coaching position. He's been a defensive back coach, I believe, for University of Miami, his alma mater, for about a season. Been a chief of staff, so he's had little jobs as far as helping out, learning behind the ropes when it comes to coaching, but this is his first ever head coaching job. And so a lot of people are now saying, now SWAC is Ed Reed. So basically what Deion did, do you think he helped lead something, kind of say, look, guys, come, when the opportunity comes, start looking at, HBCUs, to get that platform as far as to start your coaching career and possibly move on something else. So, fellas, what's your thoughts on, seeing a lot of these Pro Football Hall of Famers who wants to pursue coaching, starting to lean to the HBCUs? What's your thoughts on it? Feel free to open the floor.
I think it's dope. Even when we had the episode with our buddies from, I forget the name of the podcast, but G and X. We
Culture Shock.
Culture Shock podcast. Yeah. So we brought up I think I brought up the fact, like, I hope, even with Deion leaving, this leaves a tremor effect of former NFL players that go to the HBCUs to coach. And now Ed Reed pops up and he steps up to the plate, and I hope a few more. I know there's another one currently there, and I know that on the basketball side, I can't remember the player, but there's a former basketball player, NBA player that's coaching at Jackson State in their basketball program. So I'm hoping this happens more and more. Yeah, I have to look it up to see, but I'm hoping this happens more and more. So yeah, I think it's dope that Ed Reed is stepping up.
So as a casual, admittedly so, I haven't seen, heard of, even paid attention to. I couldn't even name you a school, to tell you the truth, of any of these teams in SWAC. I didn't even know what a SWAC was. When people was like Prime is SWAC, I was like, what they got? Like, it's EBT now. It's not called SWAC anymore. Like, I'm thinking they talking about some type of health benefits. But then, because of who Prime is, and who I was a fan of him when he was active, I looked into it and I started, oh, this is college football, and I started paying attention to the teams, and then I started paying attention to the players, and da. I never heard of any of these people, any of this stuff before Prime. Now that's me as a casual. That's me as a casual person who don't care too much about college sports, right?
Yeah. Yep.
If I'm like that now, where I'm actually on Instagram and I'm looking at the game highlights, and I'm actually every now and again checking scores and think how many other millions and millions of Black folks who are just like me.
It's a very good point.
Who all of a sudden now discovered this world of, oh, well, I guess this is kind of interesting. It is kind of entertaining. Seeing Coach Prime get into that little, hey, brother, get off me, scuffle with that other coach. I was like,
hey, that dude was butthurt after that loss. That dude was butthurt after that loss.
That just gave me an idea. Ciroc, we might have to do reenactments by you for YouTube. Like that, that is hilarious.
Man, I like that. I like that emotion. When, no offense, I hope this don't sound offensive because I'm going to offend people. But, when I'm watching white sports, PMI schools, I don't watch them because it's so emotionless. To me, it's like seasonless chicken. But when so I didn't pay attention. But then when I saw Prime, it was like,
no season.
Snap, some Old Bay.
Yeah. No, he definitely did bring a certain flavor. And you know what, Ciroc? I didn't even think about that. Like, because I used to follow college sports, but I kind of tapered off. But I don't think the masses of people, unless you're in those areas, follow college sports. You know what I'm saying? So, and then even with that, the viewership for HBCU stuff is probably limited to people that either went there, had family that went there, has family that's going there, et cetera, as it passes down the line. So to the novice or the casual fan like us, like we may or may not check in every now and then. So I didn't even really think about that. He definitely brought a light.
The positive. Yeah. I think that's the best thing that he could do. He got a bunch of people who didn't even, not that we don't care about the world, that world, but it's like, it didn't grab us. Like, it just, honestly, we just didn't go search it. He made us look at it.
Yeah.
Well, and I mean, to even add more to that, if it wasn't for, like Cam said, like as far as family being affiliated with HBCUs, if it wasn't for my parents, I would have never knew or heard about HBCUs because my mom, my dad, my half siblings, they all attended HBCU schools. And on top of that too, growing up, I attended private school where the universities that came to visit on college day were, Old Dominion, Virginia Tech, UVA, prestigious schools, public universities, but never, ever did I ever see not one historically Black school in those college fairs. So if it wasn't for my parents, I would have never heard about it. My stepfather, he took me to football games, mainly at Norfolk State University or Hampton. So he all when it was time to college visits, I attended all the larger schools, and then he said, hey, look, we're gonna also go to some of these larger schools, but they're historical Black schools. So you're gonna go to Union, you're gonna visit Howard, you're gonna visit these. So I mean, thank God for them, because I would have been just like you, Ciroc, as far as like never knowing what really or hearing about HBCU schools. And like you said, Prime with his platform brought a lot of attention to it. But
Mm-hmm.
I go even deeper. I read about there's an old football player, Hall of Famer. His name is Doug Williams. He won a Super Bowl with the Washington Redskins, the Commanders, but at the time they were the Redskins, and he was like the first African American to start as a quarterback to win a Super Bowl for their squad. And he was the head coach for Grambling University, HBCU, for I'm gonna just say like 5 years. I haven't really looked at his span, but I think it was about like 5 years. He did that way before Deion was in HBCUs, but the bigger the platform, the more, because it brought attention. So
Right.
I think what Deion did, I mean, hey, he brought the exposure. He brought around like $100 million in revenue in those 3 seasons he was there,
And brought good players.
Brought great players, renovations to the locker rooms, the stadium. And then on top of that too, he helped provide an avenue. I mean, you now have Ed Reed in it, Eddie George, who used to be the running back for the Tennessee Titans. He's coaching Tennessee State. Hugh Jackson is I believe now at Grambling. So you have a few known guys, NFL alums that are coaching there. So the main thing is I just hope that prospects, high school prospects, can start paying attention and looking at an HBCU as an area. I hope the NFL can also start providing more draft combines and attending these HBCU schools, because like Prime said last draft, look, you got 250 players that get drafted, not a one came from a HBCU school. So what's up with that? So hopefully that changes, and we'll continue to see the growth with HBCUs. And last one, guys, I want to end it off with us having some fun. Kanye West, I think, was probably the top of the top of. I had to. I had to.
Goodness gracious, bro.
I had to. I had to. So I had to. So
he said it so proudly too. Kanye West.
Kanye West, known now as Ye. 2022, man, I feel like was Kanye's year. He really wowed a lot of people. He pissed off a lot. He pissed off more.
I haven't looked up on anything Kanye in month. I don't know what he has done.
Neither have I. That's why I'm just looking back at 2022. I do know he pissed off a lot of people. I do know that he is running. He wants to run for president. That is true. He wants to run for president starting next year, or starting his campaign. And man, I mean, but all jokes aside though, do you really think though we got to continue to just, hey, at the end of the day, hey, pray for this dude? Do you really think it's a cry? I mean, do you really think it's a cry for help?
Yeah. Nobody.
It looked like Ciroc had no idea what just happened, but Ciroc had an earthquake or something on his side.
Hey, Cam, that's why Ciroc is not out on the fields as we see. That's why he's not.
Y'all didn't see no. You didn't see no nipples. You didn't see no nipples.
Wait, can you drop it again? I don't know about. No, I'm joking. I'm joking. But
that is hilarious.
Oh my gosh. But for real, like, do you think it's like a cry for help though with Kanye? Do you think this is he's gonna reclaim his fame back
rich.
to his
He's rich. He's rich.
Absolutely.
But does that even even does the wealth even matter at this point?
Like, I think he's in trouble. When he's broke and living under a bridge, I'll be like, yeah, I think he got a problem. Until then, he is okay. He is all right. He okay. If he end up doing something crazy to himself later on in the year, come back to me and I'll say, oh, my bad, I was wrong. But until then.
No, that would be he will say that, be like, look, I call y'all back. I'm going on stage right now, open up for Bill. Be right back. So
that would be a crazy tour. Bill Cosby. Kanye West.
I want to do a recording like backstage if he's up for an interview. I don't know.
have Bill Cosby narrate the album like Morgan Freeman. You know how Morgan Freeman did.
That would be
building
fire.
that look back on the court.
Even if we could get a Bill Cosby interlude, like
dude, a Bill Cosby drop. Just give me.
Oh man.
We'll be set, bro.
This man says his name is Ciroc.
You know what?
I'm gonna reach out.
The two of them.
The show for him.
The two of them are probably looking at each other like, "Yeah, I ain't getting nowhere near that motherfucker." They're both saying that.
I'll reach out. We'll do a Bill Cosby show at the Down and Gross Center.
Down at the who center?
The Down and Gross Cultural Arts Center in Newport News. That's what we'll do, a Bill Cosby show. They'll love it. We'll put his face on a little kiosk. It'll be too blurry to understand if it's really him or not. People will be shocked.
They say there's no such thing as bad ideas.
You said we should do the Norva. You're right.
You're right. That's what he was encouraging. That's what he was encouraging.
Bill at the Norva.
Always looking out, Cam. Always looking out, Cam.
Yeah,
that's
absolutely. Absolutely. Oh
man, but look, fellas, we come on that time. Look, I truly appreciate y'all, and look, hope you all enjoy. Again, y'all can tune in to the show every Saturday.
So hold on. I thought we were doing podcast memories.
Oh, my bad. My bad. Yeah, podcast memories. What was y'all favorite memory, fellas?
Favorite memory,
or a memorable one.
Every episode where my thighs was out was probably my personal favorite bonding moment.
Warm days. Those are definitely the warmer days.
Yeah. No, not necessarily.
No thighs out right now.
No, I just like my skin being visible to everyone in the room to show dominance. That's all.
I think there were two episodes from the last run that kind of stood out. Obviously the one we just dropped, the Cabana interview, I thought was a dope interview as far as insights to his community and stuff like that. I like the way that one kind of navigated through, and one that hasn't touched yet, and you all will see in the new year, Big Vino. Like there wasn't a serious moment during that whole show. Like it was just all jokes and funny dude. That was definitely a fun episode for sure.
Very true. I would say the episode we had Charles Corprew, Dr. Charles Corprew. I thought that was it was fun, it was informative. But we spoke on some heavy topics, man, and
the doctor that wear young man clothes.
The doctor that wears young man clothes. But it's so true, Cam. Look, because Charles came to the foundation of the Christmas party I had not too long ago, and you would have thought this man was somebody 17-year-old kid just popping in, and then he took the hood off. I'm like, oh, Charles, shit, that's you. Like, yes, the old grown man that dressed like, man, he
that's
funny
what's
dude,
up.
but
That's what's up.
That definitely that one, like you said, Cabana, man, that was a great conversation.
Oh,
it was fun.
Wait, was Ingenious this year?
That was last year, but that was last year. But that was the episode where you were like, "Nah, we need Ciroc on here every time." Like he needs to be a staple to this podcast.
I was drunk.
Right. That did it. Hey, we all were wetting our beaks that day.
Verbal he's locked on camera.
We all. Let me say something.
Yeah.
We all were drunk when you knew that. All I can remember is Mike's hand extending out for another drink, and all you see is this white hand, just like saying.
Whole studio.
I'm like,
whole studio was tipsy.
Yeah.
The camera started to waver on Mike's side a little bit, like.
Bro, that nothing can top that moment. Also, man, I would even say Juanita Wynn, the Grammy winner, Grammy-winning songwriter, man. Man, she even gave us a little.
He ain't text me back
for a little bit too. She never did. Dang, man, I thought
I was like, look, I got a Grammy Award winning song. Let's
Hop
do
in the
this.
DM or comment on under all her pictures.
No, she didn't give you the deal. She gave me the public pro. You know how you get the emails to email the fan base, and then the fan base reach out to her. I don't think they forwarded my email.
Oh, you got
don't
sent
give
to
up,
that
Ciroc.
folder.
Don't give up, Ciroc.
Gotcha.
Don't give up.
Gotcha.
Don't give up. Never give up.
Patrick Riddick was a dope episode.
Patrick. Yeah, Patrick was fun.
Yeah.
I mean, we had a lot of great ones, man. I definitely I would say some funny moments, man. Too, my shitty ass connection. It was some episodes where it was choppy.
Man.
It was some episodes where I was like, gotta make
Arrington pay the extra $10 a month, man.
Budget, man. Budget, inflation.
The pumpkin patch. The pumpkin patch. But I did the show, the pumpkin patch. I forgot about that.
Yeah, we were like, yo, Ciroc, where are you right now, bruh? Like, what's happening? What's happening?
It was pumpkin patching it up, man.
Yeah,
and the wind was strong too. The wind was strong because I heard in the background. I'm like, Ciroc, is it safe for you to be out there right there? Like, it's all good. It's all what?
And then the airfield.
And the airfield. The man got stuck in the rain and had to come and do it from the car.
Man pops up in a lot of different places.
I tried to make it look cool, bro, but that rain was fucking me up.
Oh my god. Not look, guys. We had some shows that we had guests scheduled that hey, it was schedule conflict, occurred. So couple
guys didn't show up. It happened.
Couple guys, let us hang it, but it's all good.
Me and Cam 1 for 1. Me and Cam 1 for 1. All the exes get showed up. Me and Yogi.
That's crazy, right? That's crazy. I guess we need to stop booking. I don't know.
That's right. That's right. It looked like we lost Ciroc.
Oh shit.
But before, hopefully he can get back on before we end it off, man. But I would say, man, Cam, you and Ciroc, like I said, can't ask for a better squad to do this show with. We, man. The flow is perfect. We have like I said, great things coming in 2023. We had an awesome 2022. Hold on, where is I want to say a lot of great things about Ciroc, but I would like to say it when he's here, but he ain't here at the moment. I don't want to leave him hanging. Yeah. But let me try a text, I guess, see where you're at.
So while you do that, what are you looking forward to just specifically with the pod next year?
Man, better connection on my end. No, but no, just
you and me both, brother. You and me both.
But really, a stronger presence, behind the mic as far as just always bringing on the conversations that really people need to hear and want to hear. Right? It's hard to find which right ones attract our listeners. I mean, we're honored to have some great listeners that tune in on a regular basis, but we want to keep on changing that narrative as far as bringing it, having some fun but being informative. We don't want to be just an ordinary podcast. We really don't want to just be a podcast. This is just a conversation amongst friends, man. We call it a podcast because we got the the equipment, this and that and the other, but really we're just having fun talking amongst friends, and that's the way it is. Of course, having some continue to bring on some great people as guests on our show, possibly doing it different locations from time to time, airing it from a different location, I think would be pretty dope.
We have a lot of fun with the in studios on the back end. You know what I'm saying? So I'm looking forward to see who we're, and mostly you, because you're the connect, but who you're able to bring in to the studio to do some more of the in-person. The in-persons are a lot of fun. They're a lot of fun. I feel like the ones we do online, they're cool. Like we have a lot of dope interviews and stuff like that, but I feel like the level of comfort and the level of content that we get out of the folks that come into the studio, sit with you, have a drink, stuff like that. Like I feel like it's a different connection, and I want to see more of those continue to come through.
Absolutely, absolutely. No, we're definitely gonna. I got some people lined up. Of course, shout out to my bro Brandon Hutchins, a former guest on the show. He actually made a big announcement. He's running for a delegate, running for a higher position in political office, running for
Okay.
state delegate. So we're
Okay.
definitely want to have him on in 2023.
Dope.
Back in the studio, talk about his campaign. There's actually a lot of a lot of our friends that are running for office that I would love to have on, but yeah, man, I definitely also I want to have a couples like show, like and not even just I won't even say just couples, but bring in the ladies and have their view, speak on like almost like a male versus women kind of conversation, right? So
I love it.
I'm getting that. I got that vision. There we go.
Man.
Okay. Look. So we were talking about stuff that we want to see as far as in 2023 with the pod. I was telling Cam definitely have like a conversation where we have like guys versus ladies thing when it comes to certain discussions. After watching, man, I'm like, man, we gotta have some discussions and about certain things. So like I definitely want to do like
matters of
battle of the
opinion
sexes
or
kind
how
of
we-
episode.
Oh yeah, that's dope.
Absolutely.
So, Rock, what are you looking forward to with the pod in next year?
What I'm looking forward to?
Yeah.
I would like us to do something out of town. Like maybe do something like maybe record in a brewery out of town or something, or just somewhere that's a little unorthodox.
Yeah.
And re-record the pod just to, to reunite and be like, hey, we do know each other in real life.
Yeah. I like that.
You know what? I deserve an Oscar because if the amount of booty that's in the room, and
I kept on seeing the light, get darker, like if you had shade, and then
but these people are picking on me, and I can't hold it no more. We gotta wrap this episode up. We gotta wrap it up.
All right.
Before
it gets nasty,
I ain't got
let me
pants
just
on.
remove Sriracha.
I ain't got pants on.
Oh, okay, all righty.
Please don't let the camera slip again.
You man. He's removed. I had to remove. I had to take him out. I had to take him out. We are not going to end 2022 off like that. This is when I put my foot down, sir. This is when I put my foot down. Okay, where's the music at? Let me start putting it.
Hit the track.
Oh my gosh. So
shout out and happy new year to all of you out there. We're looking forward to doing big great things next year. Yeah, man. Cue the music.
Oh boy. It's taking a minute to get that music. There we go. All right.
Yeah, we going.